If you're not a watercolor master, your paintings might lack that unique flavor to help them stand out and shine. And with my realistic style, I've had that problem. And recently, I've come up with creative techniques to easily transform a watercolor painting and give it a lot more character. So in this video, I'll be using charcoal with watercolors, and it will be a very interesting ride up till the end. Funny how things go, because I follow Derwent on Instagram, and they posted about these sticks right after I showed you guys how to use water-soluble graphite in watercolors and how beautiful that was. So I wasn't particularly looking for anything new, but Derwent happened to mention in their post that these charcoal sticks are water-soluble as well. And I was shocked and I had to try this because I had no idea that charcoal could be mixed with water, and if you did, please let me know in the comments. It actually does say water soluble on the box, but it's over there on the backside and it's tiny. So obviously it's not the most known feature for this product. Then there's also the fact that this set has charcoal of different colors, which makes the experiment even more exciting, especially when you like earthy tones. For example, here we have white, ochre, sanguine, violet, sepia, and black. I don't really mind the broken sticks, knowing I want to use them with water mostly. Otherwise, I might have asked for a replacement, as these are primarily meant for dry techniques and large areas. I knew before even starting that this medium will muddy our watercolors, so let's run a few quick experiments first. I swatched the colors first to see what they looked like, and I figured why not just use the sticks like watercolor pencils for quick swatches. So just wet a paintbrush and get pigment directly from the stick. The first thing that stood out is that the charcoal absorbs water very much, so I kept getting that thick paste on the brush. And each time I needed to go add more water elsewhere to create a mix that I could actually paint with. You'll see how I found a solution to make color mixing easier later. Also, charcoal seems really messy at first, but it's actually easy to wash off the hands and even erase on paper. With water, I found it was very easy to paint and the colors look really earthy. They reminded me of makeup powders, kind of. And it's hard to see on video, but it looks like white will be opaque enough for the highlights. Also, notice how the black charcoal is by far the most opaque one in the bunch, and I was able to create a gradient with all the colors by just adding more pigment or more water, just like we would with watercolors. Then I tried to see how well pigment can spread on wet watercolor paper, since I was using my Arches watercolor paper. And when it's thick, charcoal doesn't spread out much at all. But as soon as I added water, it did. Less than watercolors, and what I wasn't expecting and that I love is the granulating effect that I saw, with heavier particles clumping together in places. I think this could give a painting an even earthier look. Now, how about lifting charcoal off the page once it's there? As you can see, I was able to get a highlight by rubbing a wet paintbrush in the dry charcoal, but if I insisted a lot, I couldn't get it to look any better than that. And it's not surprising, since in my experience, even watercolors can't be lifted 100%. There's always going to be a little bit of color left afterwards. A good way to warm up and experiment is to pick a simple subject. So first I'll try watercolors on top of charcoal, and then charcoal on top of watercolors, and with all that practice and knowledge, I'll tackle a more complex painting at the end. For the watercolor over charcoal technique, I picked those bricks because they're easy to draw, and there are mostly deep shadows as well as some bright colors from the moss. I used a knife to get pigment off the sticks, and it was a very easy way to prepare the paint. From a swatch that I made previously, the mud effect didn't seem awful. I was expecting more damage. The charcoal underneath didn't reactivate very easily, and you can see the red paint clearly on top. It was incredibly easy to do the underpainting in charcoal. You can see it looks pretty nice. And I was able to leverage the charcoal's properties to create interesting texture. I I didn't like my results as much when I added watercolor on top because I find that I overworked it a bit too much, but I'm sure that with practice, I'll be able to create something very unique and interesting with charcoal and watercolors. Charcoal over watercolors looked great on my swatch, so I painted this beautiful landscape with the goal of adding all the shadows with charcoal rather than using dark watercolors. It added great opaque shadows on top of the painting, almost like gouache, with a chalk-like finish. And in fact, I think that it looks like something between gouache and soft pastels. I also found that it was easy to layer. I could even fade the charcoal into those places where colors should be lighter, so that's promising for my last painting. This painting was so enjoyable, I filmed it again for my patrons with watercolors only this time for those who don't have charcoal. So expect to find a real-time tutorial for it on Patreon in August. With all this basic knowledge and practice from using these Excel charcoal sticks, I felt ready for a more complex painting, so let's see how that went. That one will also be available on Patreon in just a few days, and you will get all modifications to paint it with watercolors only if you prefer. For the background, I went in with watercolor first. And since charcoal is so opaque and most colors I have are dark, I anticipated with brighter colors of watercolor, like this lemon yellow I added. I placed the main elements in the painting. It was a quick loose background, and then I started adding the first branches with charcoal on wet. Notice that you can easily mix charcoal to other charcoal colors. For example, I could easily mix ochre and white for the light branches. The fact that charcoal doesn't spread out as easily as watercolors, especially when it's thicker, actually helped me create these blurry branches while keeping some definition in the painting. Maybe something to keep in mind if you struggle with creating loose elements on wet, like mountains or branches. Just add a bit of charcoal to the paint. It will be similar to gouache. I still worked with a lot of water in the charcoal because I didn't want these blurry elements to steal the show from the bird and the front branches. I wanted to try something unique here, so I used charcoal shavings directly on the painting so they sat in the wet paper, and that's important, otherwise the charcoal will come off. And I thought I could create a very beautiful and intriguing effect with it, and it's the case. It doesn't quite look like splatters because of the shape of the shavings and the fact that there are more pigment there. I really like that unique effect. It's really my favorite finding so far. Then I went and I painted the bird, first with the light colors. I mixed my Aussie Red Gold watercolor into the charcoal and it turns into a dark brown. Like I said, it's really easy to work with both charcoal and watercolor. Imagine, for instance, that you're lacking black watercolor, but you have charcoal. Then why not use that? I also love the opacity of charcoal when you add less water, because it was very enjoyable to create the darker parts in the fur and the dark features like the beak and the eyes. I knew painting the branches would be fun, so I decided to alternate between light and dark charcoal colors and also add green watercolor in there and create a few splatters with both of those. And I was also surprised to notice light watercolors do show on top of dark charcoal colors like this green one. The cool thing about charcoal is it's really easy to layer more charcoal on top. So I used the dry brush technique to do just that, as you can see. And those light colors show really well. It's really easy to create texture with a medium. I enjoyed experimenting with charcoal, and although I much prefer graphite or just watercolors, it can be interesting to know a few techniques and leverage them in a painting for special effects, or use it when you don't have black or white gouache or watercolor. You know I'm big on watercolor and water-soluble pencils, and I did find Derwent also makes the charcoal pencils with more colors, so let me know in the comments if you'd like me to show you. I expect they'll be a lot less messy and easy to control. Also check out this video for water-soluble graphite on watercolors I made recently if you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching and see you next time!